You now have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In terms of criterion 3, I hope I can reassure the committee that this was fully considered by ICOMOS. The error, which we acknowledged, was the statement in our report that it was not in the nomination dossier. In terms of the supplementary information that was provided by the state party, there was a considerable amount of information was forwarded to us, which set out detailed plans for future work on capacity building, on conservation, sustainable development, and taking forward the management plan, all of which is to be welcomed. And I would at this point like to say that we do commend the work that has already been carried out in Myanmar to get the nomination as far as it has. And these future plans will certainly help on the conservation management framework and help to sustain these fragile remains. These, of course, were areas of concern, but perhaps our more fundamental area of concern was in terms of the potential outstanding universal value. Although we did highlight the potential of these sites to reflect outstanding universal value and be inscribed on the list, what we were concerned about is how the many values that are being put forward by speakers, and particularly by the delegate from Myanmar, how these values of water management, land planning, trade, religion are reflected on the ground, because we are inscribing sites with attributes that need to reflect these values. And it was very unclear in places as to quite how this extended plan could be understood at ground level. And we thought, considering the huge size of these cities, it was extremely important that the outstanding universal value was crystallized in terms of these physical attributes, particularly as this would be the basis for what was managed, what was protected in relation to urban development, infrastructure, tourism, and all the other things that would impact on the site in due course. Thank you.
Thank you, ICOMOS. With that being said, Mr. Rapporteur, could you please read the amendment of this draft decision?
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. And as announced along the debate, the delegation of Malaysia has submitted amendments on paragraph number 2, reading as follows: inscribes Pew ancient cities, Myanmar, on the World Heritage List on the basis of criteria 2, 3, and 4. But just allow me, Madam Chair, to make, if possible, a clarification from the distinguished delegation of Algeria, because during the debate I heard, probably I'm mistaken, but I heard that you would like to make reference to criteria 5. I don't know if this is if I took good note. Otherwise, we can. It was probably a problem of. It's a misunderstanding, but it's okay. No amendment has been received so far for this paragraph. Number 3, Malaysia has proposed to adopt the following statement of standard universal value, but we need to clarify it with the standard language by saying takes note of the following provisional statement of standard universal value, which is included in the amendments. Of course, the French version is being translated. Then we have amendments on the paragraph 4, reading as follows: notes that the state party has provided documentation to clarify the scope and extent of the attributes of outstanding universal value of the three cities in relation to A, the urban planning and the overall relationship of the various elements of the city's urban morphology revealed through archaeological excavation. Then in paragraph B, it's just a cosmetic correction. And the rest, we move on till paragraph number 5, reading as follows: also notes that the state party has provided a deeper justification, and the rest. Paragraph 6 further notes that the state party has provided, in additional information, maps of the nominated sites to a larger scale than those already provided in the dossier, and the rest. Paragraph number 7 notes furthermore that the state party has an endorsed property management plan to be complemented through the ongoing development of a risk preparedness strategy, and the rest. Paragraph 8 recommends the state party to develop and implement as soon as possible a conservation plan for the burial sites, the rest, and then we will need just to remove the originals 3 and 4. And having said that, those are the amendments we have received so far, Madam Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rapporteur. ICOMOS, would you like the floor?
Thank you, Madam Chair. ICOMOS would like to suggest that in view of the various pieces of work that this decision asked the state party to undertake, we wonder whether it would be relevant to suggest that a report came back to the committee at the session in 2016 to report on how these matters have been followed up. Thank you.
Mr. Rapporteur.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thanks to the distinguished representative from ICOMOS. Of course, we can just add at the end of this draft decision the standard paragraph recalling the timeline and the precise date to submit the pertinent report. So it is just a standard one, so you can proceed for the adoption, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If there are no more comments or objections, I now declare decision 38.8b.2.28 adopted as amended. Congratulations. On behalf of the committee, I congratulate the Republic of Myanmar on having the Pew Ancient Cities, its very first World Heritage Site inscribed of its many historical wonders. This is a much-deserved recognition of your rich cultural past. This is a wonderful gift to the World Heritage Committee, and I'm honored that it took place in Qatar. Congratulations on the success of the inscription. You now have the floor.
Thank you so much.
Myanmar, would you like to take the floor? Myanmar, would you like to take the floor?
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I'd like to thank you all on behalf of Myanmar and our common global community for your appreciation of our 3 Pew Ancient Cities. We've been changing and implementing your recommendation with hope and trust for your support. So thank you again. Your support moves us deeply in your understanding of Myanmar's profound changes at this point in our history. We join the international cultural community. We all come here with hope. The stakeholders from all 3 Pew cities are here with us today. This inscription means a lot to us, not only because this is our first inscription, but also because it truly represents an important phase in the history of humanity in large geographical region of Southeast Asia. Then again, I'm grateful to those who get involved in the project and those who give full consideration to the inscription of the Pew Ancient Cities. As the Deputy Minister, I'd like to assure you that the State Party is fully committed to applying the highest standards of protection and management to the few ancient cities in line with international principles with the cooperation of UNESCO, other international friends, and local community active participation. We assure that this significant heritage of humanity as a World Heritage Site is fully protected and handed over to the future generations. Our people and our country look forward to being an active member in all aspects of UNESCO's continued mission and vision for our shared world. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and congratulations once again. With that being